Hello and welcome back to LumineNight. My name is maybe Dennis, and last time we're trying to solve the case of the murder of Samantha Myers. And after finding out some trickery with the piano wire and gun, we found out that yes, it was Officer Gregory who killed Samantha Myers. We ended up going to his room upstairs and finding additional proof. But what we actually ended up finding was a door. Yes, this really fancy looking door that leads to a bar. Is this where William was going to meet this bartender? No one is here, but there are puzzles. And after solving some puzzles with alcohol and light, we basically open a secret passage or secret room to where we find Scarlett West. And we end up tricking her into thinking that we're dealing with Bruce Wig's inheritance and get a lot of information out of her, but it seems like she has lied a few times. So today we're gonna find out what that is and see where this leads us. So yeah, let's head into it. I stopped right here because I ended up being kind of tired by the end of the last time. But yeah, I kind of should have rewatched the other stuff because I don't really remember what I interrogated her about. But okay, so unlike her testimony, Scarlett West knows blank. So right now we have 3 things. So I don't know why Coleman would be here. I'm gonna assume it's Taylor Cardwell Scott because I remember that portion of her testimony was a little bit like it felt a little bit iffy. The reasoning behind this is Scarlett was following orders. What other choice do we have? Bulldog edition, living room trap. Maybe it's not him actually. Maybe it's Ed Kill. Siri? I forgot his name already. I'll just choose this for now, just so I can see what the rest are. So, TCS in the case 10 years ago. Bruce Wig's whereabouts. Business trip, but not even Scarlett knows what he's doing. Cardwell's Blackwell. This is the reason why I thought it might have actually been Cardwell. So I think it. I think it might be this. I don't. Actually, technically, the Bulldog edition does have TCS on it. So maybe it's that. But I'm gonna try this first because it is the fact that she is following William's like orders, and she clearly doesn't like him. So I'll try that out. If not, then I'll try the next one. Yeah, we did it! This is it, checkmate. So she knows Taylor Cardwell Scott. Miss West, you said you do not know Mr. Cardwell. I have a reason to believe that you are not telling me the truth. What? You actually know him very well, don't you? You know that he has a knack for blackmailing people and putting them in a bad situation. So you knew all about this. I mean, how couldn't we? Everything's so strange. You, Somerset, the mansion on 17th Pamela Street, and even Mr. Bruce Wig. You don't like living here one bit, but you didn't even think of leaving town for the last 10 years. I did think that was weird. She said she had nowhere to go, but on the other hand, she has like everywhere she could go. She doesn't like here, she could go anywhere else. I expect that it's because you're afraid of Cardwell threatening you, and that's why you accepted being locked in here. Oh, that was the reason for that. I see. You said it wouldn't bother you anymore once you left when you saw the fake article. You don't want to stay in Somerset, and you did try to leave, but by trying to marry an old rich man instead of your fiance, which still was not a plot I was expecting because I really thought that guy was gonna be a mafia gangster dude. But okay. But why didn't you do anything? You didn't not do anything. You couldn't do anything because Cardwell has been blackmailing you for the last 10 years. And that's why, although you didn't know exactly what deal Bruce Wig and Cardwell cut, you were sure that Cardwell would have blackmailed Bruce Wig. Because the Cardwell you know is a master of blackmailing. Yeah, she had a very bad opinion of him, and it's kind of extreme for someone who doesn't know him. Was this all a test? You knew I was in this situation, didn't you? Oh, don't get us wrong, Miss West. We're not here to criticize you. You know, Mr. Bruce Wig wanted you to be happy. If you did not love him anymore, he probably would have wanted you to leave for the sake of your own happiness. If Cardwell is stopping you from doing that, we'll do our best to help you leave his trap. This is just conjecture, but we're thinking Cardwell sent Ed Payne to kill you. The paper you just saw, the one that says you're dead? See the letters TCS here? It stands for Taylor's Cardwell Scott. I really don't know about this. I feel like it is so unbelievably stupid to put your initials out as like, hey look, I'm the serial killer. Me? Why? I didn't do anything. Honestly, I'm kind of suspicious of William. I don't want to be because he's our godfather, but it's just there's like a lot of stuff that he's doing that's a little bit suspicious, and we're not getting any answers from him. And there's also like a potential motive we talked about beforehand. The police are obviously doing something really weird, and I'm kind of wondering if TCS is just this ploy from the police to make it so that they can get rid of some people. They'll be like, oh yes, it was this serial killer that was killing everyone instead of us police, even though we just really wanted to get rid of the people that the serial killer wanted to get rid of. Like in this case, it could have been a trap to kill, was it Ed Scott? I forgot his name. I keep forgetting the Ed's name. Ed Payne. Oh yeah, Painkiller, I forgot. But like this could have been a trap because Taylor Cardwell Scott managed to get Ed Payne out of jail, and we're like, wait, this guy's bad. We have to make sure that he either goes back in jail or we kill him. And they were trying to kill the serial killer, and by using TCS as like, oh, there's this other serial killer out there who's killing people. Yeah, perfect time to basically make an excuse to kill killers. Maybe that is. But oh man, that wouldn't really connect back to 10 years ago. Yeah, I don't really know. We do know William was there 10 years ago. You were literally there with him, but it's hard to say anything at the point. Me? Why? I didn't do anything. We don't know why Cardwell tried to kill you. I guess you might know, Miss West. I did as I was told. Why? What really happened over the last 10 years? Please, you need to tell us everything, Miss West. Only then. She's gonna panic. How much do you know about me? You knew what I had to live through, and you watched on? What good can you do me now? Cardwell, do you think it's even possible to get away from him? You can, Miss West. In all official capacity, you died this morning. What? The police announced your death with a newspaper article. Cardwell will believe that Ed Payne completed his job and you are dead. And at some point, he might wise up to the truth, but it still means that you have some time to run away from Cardwell. For him, you're already dead and long gone. Dead? Now I understand why William would make the papers print out that fake article. He wants to help you get away from Cardwell. William? I could introduce you to some of my friends if you need your identity refreshed. Miss West, are you fond of snow? We're getting your ass all the way to Antarctica. Where are you even trying to send her off to? It's cold up north in Canada. Anyway, don't worry. You can leave with Mr. Brucewick's inheritance, right? You will be free soon. But you need to tell us more before you leave. You want to bring the criminal who threatened you into the light of justice. You know, it's kind of funny because we're pretending to be lawyers that are trying to distribute Brucewick's inheritance to the right people. And that's, completely false. But in a way, effectively, it's kind of true because we are the only people who know where Brucewick's his gold is, his treasure, his one piece. You'll find it all in one piece. And we're the only ones that could technically distribute it. We could give it to the police, but at the moment we are the only ones with the knowledge. So we are basically testing Scarlett if she could receive this inheritance. It's kind of funny how that kind of technically is unofficially true. What kind of person is Cardwell? Yes, he'd try to kill me regardless. Keeping my mouth shut would only do him good. 10 years ago, when the second murder happened, I saw it. In my house. The second murder? You mean the police commissioner? Man, I don't want to stereotype, but his design just made me think he looks so fucking evil. He's also in this setting where it seems like the police are corrupt. He's a very high up officer. He has all these stars, and he was gonna, technically his mission is not a bad one, it's an extreme one. It was to hunt down all the mafia or to get rid of them. So it's technically I don't know if it's the completely just one, but it's in terms of the law, it is on the side of justice. But once again, it was a bit extreme, and I'm definitely been indoctrinated to thinking that his design is evil, but still. And he just fucking died. The commissioner or some other cop kicked the bucket right in front of my house. Oh my god, look at her fucking pissed off face. In front of the mansion on 17 Pamela Street? Please tell me more about what happened. At first, the cops did try to take me in. They thought I killed that idiot Brucewig. But then maybe they changed their minds. They told me to go inside, and while I was left all alone... She was left all alone? I thought... Oh, wait, no. I thought William would have stayed behind while, oh my god, oh yeah, Kelvin. I thought he would have checked out the, commissioner's death. But, no, it kind of makes sense for both of them to go. And not really, because... No! Both officers went to check out the, police commissioner's death, but I think Coleman stayed behind to guard Scarlett. So is Coleman in on this? Because, like... He was supposed to check, like, make sure that she didn't go in here. She was supposed to arrest her. But wasn't Officer Coleman supposed to keep an eye on her while Dad and William were supposed to inspect the scene? Yeah. I was packing my stuff to get to Pimstown, and I heard a gunshot outside. I looked out the window, and I saw a dead cop. It's like, once again, like Ace Attorney art, where it's like, mysterious silhouette man, and she says she saw a dead cop, but technically we don't see his face, so we don't know. I mean, I would imagine the police would have, you know, made an autopsy, would have identified the body, and would have understood that was whatchamacallit. I forgot his name, but the police commissioner. But then again, the police also seem kind of corrupt here, so I don't know. The murderer was looking down at the dead cop, and the other one was trying to cover up the corpse. Oh, the other one. There are two. Is this supposed to be like one of Ed Payne's killings? I didn't understand what was happening. I froze up, then the murderer looked at me straight in my eyes. Although he was hiding his face with a mask and the glance, it was definitely a warning sign. It was strangely quiet outside, and I was hiding in the house, forgetting that I had to go to Pimstown. Ah, so that's the reason why she ended up not making it. Hours passed, but no cops or cars came. I was almost thinking that all this could have been a terrible dream. Nobody was knocking on my door the next day, so I tried to leave. I was thinking I must have had a bad dream or something, and that was what I was trying to think, but as soon as I opened the door, Cardwell, he popped out of nowhere. Did he threaten you? Because you were the witness? If you want to stay alive, be quiet. Stay in Somerset. Become a call girl for rich people. So, the owner who bought the mansion on 17 Palmer Street was Cardwell. Oh. So she was working as a host, but she was working for Cardwell, okay. Yeah, I didn't want to die, so I did what I was told to. But I hated living like a slave like that. Moving? Running away? Do you think I never tried that? I tried jumping town. I asked a favor to a woman who I worked with. Is she dead? Do you know what Cardwell made me do as soon as he found me? He made me go out and put a bullet right between her eyes myself. Oh. So she has actually killed someone. Damn. And nobody helped me from then on. Not a single soul. Have you considered reporting it to the police? He makes the cops keep an eye on me. Everything I buy, he knows. Wait, what? The police work for Cardwell? So that's why you spent all the money on jewelry and designer clothing. Because you couldn't use it for other things. Do you get it now? That if the prick tells me to stay in the room, I have to do it, even if I don't want to. Oh. Okay, this Cardwell person is a different monster than what I was expecting. Huh. In that case, it does... Okay, obviously Scarlett West is not a good person, but ultimately, like, she was fucking catfishing Brucewig, and she was gonna... Or, not catfishing, that's not the right word, but she was a gold digger, and she was gonna basically get all his money. But I think that's kind of all she was. She's not inherently evil, she's just extremely selfish. And William was still trying to protect her in that way, despite... I'm gonna assume he's over her. He had like a major crush on her, but I think after seeing her true colors, he probably understands that, like, yeah, no, it's not worth it. But she's still a victim in all this technically, because she happened to witness a crime, and then suddenly she was just trapped, and he tried to help her out. So like, but it does seem like, once again, the cops are not great people. It's gonna be a corrupt case, and so William is probably not working with them. This does make me think that the cops are going to be the ones that made this TCS thing. I still don't think it's gonna be Cardwell Scott, but yeah, it's probably gonna be police related. No, Taylor Cardwell Scott might have a hand in it, but still, if you name a serial killer your initials, it's fucking stupid. Do you get it now? If that prick takes me, yeah, okay. And what should I do if he's trying to kill me even if I don't do anything? He should have killed me as soon as he saw me, after all that he put me through. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, he might be trying to remove you from the equation now that he does not have any use for you anymore. Is that it? Is this not enough? Is that enough? Is it fun to gawk at me when I'm long past my prime because I happen to run into some trash like that? Is it fun? You better laugh at me while you can, because I'm going to kill all of you. We didn't laugh at you, nor do we want to. If you heard what I have to say, give me my money. The inheritance already became her money. Last question. Did Cardwell kill the police commissioner 10 years ago? What? Were you even listening to me? Do you still not understand why I spent the last 10 years? I'm asking if the criminal who looked at you was the same Cardwell who visited your house the next day. Were those two exactly the same? You told me that the murderer was disguised with a mask. You acted like you knew everything. Did you know that Cardwell is a master of disguise? Nobody in the city knows what Cardwell actually looks like. He always shows up in a disguise. Disguise? You can't be serious. You can't fool the people with that. Ha, you don't understand. Take it that as you will. I didn't believe it until I saw all those cosmetics myself. This is Cardwell's photo on his attorney's license. Are you saying that this is not him? Yeah, he used his face when he was talking to me or the cops, but his face always changed when he was talking to customers. My god, this makes his portrait useless. Is that really it? Yes, I think we're done here. Oh man. I'm gonna keep going to this music, but there's something I want to look at. Here. It's It's like, here you go. You'll find the location of your inheritance in one piece. But can you read this? She's gonna be like, what the fuck? It's like, it's all written here. I don't know it. A diary? Is that it? What about the money? Well, the money, it's in the diary. It says where it's stored. This isn't in English. I can't read it. It's a cipher. Bruce Wayne made this cipher for you because he loved you. Whatever. You two know what this means, right? You've talked about it some banks before. Well, yes, but you can see the engagement ring has a useful hint in it, right? If you look at the letters carved inside. Can you let us talk in private for a moment? Hey, are you gonna tell her what's on the diary? It's like, dude, you're giving her too many hints. Okay, technically, legally, or I don't even know legally, technically Bruce Wayne did leave this to her, but like, does she deserve it? Give it to Ben. I could use a little bit more money. I was sleeping on the floor for the past 2 weeks. Someone just give me something. Shouldn't we? Bruce Wayne wrote it with her in mind. Doesn't that mean we should make her break the cipher? Technically, we did hand off his inheritance, even though there's no legal binding to it. And yeah, honestly, like, I feel like I kind of like what Ben's doing. It's like, okay, clearly she doesn't love him. He was gonna leave. She was gonna leave, and he was gonna be totally screwed. But at the end of the day, Bruce Wayne wanted to give this to her, and he wanted her to figure this out. His wishes is to give her the money if she cracks the cipher. So, yeah, she is responsible for figuring this out. If we tell her what's on it, she'll probably forget all about the diary and just go straight for the bank accounts. But she needs Bruce Wayne's inheritance to get away from Cardwell. That ring alone is more than enough, and then that gets rid of the key for trying to solve the puzzle. But she sells the ring. It's the only thing that can lead her to Bruce Wayne's big... I'm telling you, I know Scarlett's gonna sell off that ring as soon as she sets foot out of this room. But, well, you cracked the cipher. It's up to you. Bruce Wayne left the diary for Scarlett West. Should I break the cipher for her so that she can understand what's on it? Or should I leave her to break the cipher on her own? Oh shit, we actually have a choice here. Yeah, fuck her. Yeah, Ben's right. The cipher would be useless if I told her what the diary said. It's not even that difficult of a cipher. Scarlett could break it on her own. Miss West, I advise you to solve the cipher on your own. This is a part of Bruce Wayne's inheritance, after all. He left hints so that you could... What? I don't know how to do all that. Just break the code for me already. Well, what Brusick wanted was... He said I could use his inheritance to leave. How am I supposed to do that with this? It won't take that time. Wait, it won't take that time. This isn't a particularly difficult cipher to break. It's just a... I'm sure you'll learn what Mr. Brusick meant if you tried breaking the code yourself. You crooks. You had your fun with me, didn't you? Break it right now, or I'll kill you. Okay, that escalated. I was kind of wondering, this game didn't really seem to have one... didn't seem like it would have branching paths or multiple paths. I was kind of wondering how this would go. Like, we wouldn't just leave her and she'd have the inheritance. But, yeah, I'm not surprised it went to this. I'm kind of curious what would happen if I chose the other choice to break it for her, though. Hit the floor! Ah! Let me go! Get out of here! Oh! So get out of here now! Okay. Okay, October 13th, 1960, Somerset High Street. So I did save. So I'm gonna go back and check to see what happened if I get the other choice. If I can go back without going, going back too much. Yeah, no, that was going all the way back to the beginning of the episode. I'm not doing that. All right. And then Ben Clark's like, pun intended. Whew, dodge a bullet there. One heck of a woman she is. Ben, are you okay? Are you hurt? What about Scarlett West? I'm fine. It just stunned her. It took her gun too. This gun, it's a service weapon. Did William leave this gun with Scarlett West? They give a gun to the woman like that? Are there any of the cops in this town sensible? You're right. They killed Samantha Meyer too. I guess you're right. Moving? Running away? Do you think I never tried that? Have you considered reporting it to the police? He makes the cops keep an eye on me. Everything I buy, he knows. Do you get it now? If that prick tells me to stay in this room, I have to do it, even if I don't want to. I think I bit my lip at one point. She said Cardwell make the police keep an eye on her. She followed William's orders, thinking it was Cardwell's indirect orders. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Are you saying that Cardwell wrote these directives? Well, that would mean that Cardwell made Ed Payne kill her, and at the same time, the police sent her to a safe house to keep her alive. Yeah, that would be really weird. Unless, you know, I was gonna say, unless the goal of this was just to kill Ed Payne. No, yeah, no. This entire plan was basically get Scarlett, quote-unquote, killed so that she can run away with a new identity. Cardwell will have no reason to do that, so I don't think it is. Especially since, you know, like, why would he... This plan would basically kill Ed Payne, but earlier, and this is from a different source, so I don't know if it's true, Ed Payne was broken out of jail because of Cardwell, so why would you break someone out of jail just so you can kill them again? Unless it's for revenge, but still. Yeah. What's his game plan after all? That's not the only strange thing about all of this. If Cardwell was really the murderer 10 years ago, why would he have hid his face from Scarlett West? She said he's a master of disguise. Scarlett West already witnessed the murder. He wouldn't have had to change his face the next day. If he had gone to her house just to blackmail her, it would have been more threatening if he had looked like he did in the murderer she saw the other day. Well, if Cardwell used a disguise that often, maybe there could have been a slip-up. There might have been other witnesses too. She said there were two people, right? Like one to like kill and one to like cover the body. I don't, unless I misinterpreted it. We only saw like two people, but it was like the killer and the victim. But I thought there was two people working together. It would be too risky to show up with the same face whenever he meets Scarlett. Scarlett, no? Was that really it? Sorry to interrupt you from thinking, but I think you should have a look, detective. Is William? He's right behind me, isn't he? Yep. Yes, I am. Huh? Oh, never mind. Oh. What's that? The newspaper? Okay, let's take a look. Oh, breaking news. Extra paper today, October 13th, 1960. By executive order. TCS's fourth victim, Connor Carter, found dead. Connor Carter, TCS's second victim, found dead in a remote alley. There was like this thing, Somerset's worst maniac. I don't know who Connor Carter is. Breaking news, second victim murdered by TCS, fourth official victim, Connor Carter found dead? No! They found the body while we were in the hotel. It's not far from here in an alleyway. I think it's next to the pub with the whale-shaped sign. whale-shaped sign. I know where it is. Let's get going right away. For some reason, I thought it would be... is it there? Bar Street Alley. Oh, there we go. Here's the whale. I'm gonna go all the way to the left just to see... I mean, all the way to the right just to see if there's anything. But man, we were literally on the same block, dude. There was nothing at the end of the street. But man, this street is busy. I know this pharmacy is gonna come into like play eventually because... Oh, actually, I don't know, but I'm gonna assume because Ben Clark said that like it was really weird how everyone just bought the same medicine and loads of it. So it's like, All right, 1013 1960 Bar Street Alleyway. It should be here. I think the newspaper was talking about this alley. I like this song. I like this song quite a bit. It definitely offers like the right vibe of haunting. But there's definitely some songs I remember that like just repeat like a 5-second loop over and over, and that really got to my Go to hell. I guess they already took away the corpse. Seems like the only ones around are homeless folk. Well, I guess dealing with corpses is also part of the job anyway. It would have been useful if we could see the scene for ourselves. Every clue counts. Can we ask the bums there what the scene looked like? Them? They must be interested in the case somehow, seeing how they're just roaming around where the body was found. They'd know something at least. If all they've been doing is killing time, then saw a corpse, they'd remember it well. But do you think they'll tell us anything? I'm a bit scared. Like, on one hand, understandable. While on the other hand, they probably do have a lot of information and they'd probably be willing to offer it for kind of cheap. Huh? Chasing after the serial killer and breaking into a garage wasn't scary, but this is... You know, if... I really don't know what Ben Clark is. His getup really does seem like a reporter. And if he is, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like been in communications with some homeless people just to get like information. Because I feel like in this time period it would make sense. And hell, if you've ever seen a Yakuza playthrough or played Yakuza yourself, you know the homeless people in that game have an entire community that just is like a wealth of information. You have a point. Ben's right. Since the police got to the scene first, there's no way I could see the scene for myself. I should talk to those people who are roaming around the scene. So whatever happened to Officer Gregory? I think... No, other officers came over and took him away, yeah. So right now, we have this dude. So, angry homeless man, crime scene, sick homeless man, and drunk homeless man. I'll talk to angry first. Probably the most unpleasant one. Yeah, I told you, man. Mary would never do something like this. Hi. What have we... Oh, wait, who are you? Did Mary send you? Who? Mary? I want to ask you a few questions about the corpse they found here today. So, Mary didn't send you? Yeah, no. Then buzz off, kiddo. Really? Ben, come on, say something. Well, you are a kiddo. You. Oh, he just fucked off. All right. I wonder if he's gonna be relevant. I don't know. All right. Drunk homeless man. Hey, do you mind if I ask you a question? What are you? You new around here? No, I just had some questions about about the corpse they found here. I don't know much, man. I don't really know. Just tell me what you saw. Anything will do. How the corpse looked like, or if there was any odd thing that stuck out. Oh yeah, it was a real horror show, you hear? The neck was blood red and the wound was real deep. The wound was deep? Yeah, the neck had red stripes like this, yeah, and you know. The paper said the man was choked with a thin and strong wire. That must have been from the wire. Alright, someone wrote TCS on his forehead in huge red letters. But the most important thing, yeah, it was that. The fella had a pill bottle that Mary used in his mouth, yeah? So the other guy also mentioned Mary, and now this guy's... Wait, so what did the other guy say? He was like, did Mary send you? So here's the, who are you new around here? I don't know. Oh, sorry. I have to go all the way back to Homeless Man 1, which was... Yeah, Mary would never do something like this. Oh, pill bottle. So this might connect back to the drugstore, actually. So maybe Mary is someone that works at the drugstore. What? He had a pill bottle in his mouth? Mary? Who's Mary? What? You don't know who Mary is. That's it. Oh, Saint Mary of the Alleys. I forgot. It's been so long. It's been 10 years since we talked about her. Old man, all the folks here are talking about it, right? You're all thinking that Mary of the Alleys killed that man. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, they don't want to say it, but they're all suspicious, you know? That dead guy, he was a bit of a dope pusher, famous around these parts. A dealer? Did Connor Carter push dope onto the to the bums here? I'll say it would cast out the affliction, that's what they say. And Mary was furious, oh furious. He was the source of this affliction, yes? I don't get it. The papers didn't say anything about the pill bottle. Are you sure he didn't just, are you sure he had it in his mouth? I don't read papers. I don't have the cash to pay. Then, do you know what the police say about the bottle? Alright then, see you around. Oh, he's already gone. Bye bye, I'm gonna get some more booze. Oh my god, I bet I can drink the sign. It says drink. Alright, sick homeless man. I hope he does better. Hey there, sir. Hey, are you alright? Where's Mary? What? I can't hear you. Your voice is too small. Mary. Out. No pills. Ben, what did he do? I think he's sick. He must have crawled out for another fix. Forget it. He's a lost cause. What do you mean he's a lost cause? Withdrawals. I don't think he'll ever be able to hear us right now. Or I don't think he'll even be able to hear us. Sorry. It hurts. Oh. He's in a bad state. Can we do something for him? Mary, please. Everyone's waiting for you. Oh, pills. That's what happens when you get into something you shouldn't. Keep that in mind. Alright. The crime scene. This is where they found the corpse? It sure doesn't look like it. It seems so. It looks very normal, other than the yellow tape around it, though. Not even a drop of blood. The cops wiped the scene clean? They wouldn't have removed the blood from a corpse that was found today. It's more like there wasn't any blood to begin with. Can't really trust those cops when they spread misinformation and kill people like this. He thinks the cops did it. I was a little bit suspicious of Ben at first. I think I mentioned this because, you know, he was stalking someone for 2 weeks. But I really do like him as a partner. I think the main thing is that he's willing to listen to Salin, but he also actively has conflicting opinions with her. So it makes it for a very interesting dynamic. You should ask the people around here to learn what the crime scene was really like. Yeah, but why hesitate? Because they're homeless? You're not scared of criminals. Why be scared of the homeless? But they said the homeless are on drugs these days. Oh yeah, they are. Are you scared that they might be smackheads? I'm not exactly scared, but I just can't tell what they're gonna do. Well, aren't criminals worse in that regard? It's still possible to predict what a criminal's gonna do from their MO. I don't think I really understand that, but still, yeah. He was like, how can you even understand what a killer's gonna do? That's what he said when we first met him in the garage, I believe, when he was talking about Ed Payne. The dope they push around here isn't really the type to agitate you. Whoa, that was they put that on 2 different lines. Usually psychedelics and downers. They're not gonna go bonkers on you. Really? At school, kids say that these junkies chase you after asking for drugs. Chase you? They probably can't run. Most of these junkies here spend the most of the day lying down because of all the pain. How do you know so much about them, Ben? I used to be one of them. I'm going through withdrawal right now. Do you think I spend all my time chasing after Scarlett West after coming here? Collecting information is a fundamental thing for reporters like myself. Yeah, sure. Reporter. Yeah. Unbearable pain from drug addiction. Would you say that the people there aren't drug addicts? Well, they might be spying on you in the sewers and grab your ankles in. Oh! The bums? Live in the sewers? Didn't you know? Where else would they just lie around? I didn't know. I guess ignorance is bliss, at least in your age. Alright, that's it for this. Ugh, I didn't expect it to be a cakewalk to get information, but this is confusing me even more. I showed him a photo of Cardwell just in case, but I don't think any of them recognized him. They weren't very interested anyway. They're all busy arguing about St. Mary and stuff. It's kind of funny how we were like, oh, we can't find anything in the crime scene. Let's ask the people around. It was like, but they're all gone. Yeah, Mary. Who even is this Mary? Ben, do you know anything about her? Of course I do. She's famous around these parts. Some would say that she's the only hope for these junkies in the sewers. The only hope? She's like a saint-like nurse who cures addiction for free. Can you explain it in a way I can understand? I don't speak druggy. I think the name comes from the Salty Mary legend. Salty Mary? You mean the one, the statue in the front of the train station? Mary the nurse got rid of a terrible disease in town, that's what I've heard. And that's what this person is doing, getting rid of the terrible disease, drug addiction from the homeless. The saint came back, so to speak. Oh, so someone else is actually here. Oh, so they weren't just speaking to like a god, they're speaking about an actual person. Mary, how do they know she's a woman? For some reason, she never comes out of her hideout. She only communicates with her helpers and gets just the right amount of cures to the homeless. Ah. If people wonder why she wouldn't show her face, maybe she was scared. Then they thought maybe it's because she's a woman. And her handwriting was nice. In the end, they figured she must be a woman. I have noticed growing up that like, I don't know if this is like an actual thing, but a lot of the girls in my classes would have better handwriting than the guys. It's not like for sure, but on average it would be the truth. That's hard to believe. For the sick, a figure to worship like that can also help. But why did the article leave out anything about Mary or the pill bottle? Maybe they're trying to hide it? Do you not understand? The police wants to push the narrative that TCS is the murderer. If the article says, but Mary's pill bottle was found on the scene, it would take away the focus. What do you think? Do you think that this Mary really did it? Well, nobody knows who she really is, so it'd make it very convenient to kill a person. Somebody could have used her name to lure out the victim in, and then everyone wants to know who she is after all. You know, originally they said they wrote the name here. I thought it looked like they carved the name with like a knife, but then they said there's no blood, so it's kind of weird. Because writing like that does not seem like you'd leave marks like that. I think it's important to remember that the letters on the victim's forehead and the pill bottle in his mouth were both intentionally left on the corpse. Regardless of whether the murderer wants to confuse people or brag about the crime, one of those names should not have been there. Two signatures at once makes it impossible to figure out who the real murderer is. That way, the murderer can't hint towards his own identity. Aha! Then what about this? St. Mary was actually TCS. They're the same person? The mysterious nurse who cures people from drug addiction is a serial killer? Then, do I have to talk to all the homeless folk who have received her treatment? But the addicts are a bit... I'm not sure. Candy? Maybe some of that will help. Wait, why is this in my pocket? A letter? An unopened letter? The envelope says Mary. Dear Detective Selin Foster. Detective. Oh, Detective, I won't beat around the bush. I have been accused of killing Connor Carter. That is not true, and I have been framed. But the newspaper articles did not report this, but some people allege that they found one of my pill bottles on the body. Some say that it was just a punishment for a wicked man. I swear on my mother's grave that I am not a murderer. I want to prove my innocence, but I cannot be in public for reasons. Thus, I would like to ask you to conduct an investigation on my behalf. Once the true murderer is found, all misunderstandings will be cleared up. If you accept this quest, please go to the pharmacy downtown. My representative will be waiting there. From St. Mary. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking that the pharmacy is going to be relevant. When was this put in my pocket? She's definitely not a normal type of person if she grabs your attention this way. I don't remember if there was anyone on screen that did this. If I were to guess, I'm wondering if it might be like the angriest homeless dude. Mary's letter. A request from Mary suddenly appeared in your pocket. What should we do? Should we trust the letter? Why ask me? You're the detective Mary's looking for. Actually, this person knew my entire name. So maybe they do live on the same block, and if it's pharmacy related, they I mean, Selin says that she's been to the pharmacy several times, so it is like a local thing. So maybe they knew it just from passing. You just said that St. Mary and TCS might be the same person, Ben. It was just a crapshoot. Do you think they're the same person? I don't have enough clues. Well, you're not forced to meet Mary. But what if she's really in a tough spot and needs my help? And how does she know that you're a detective? Maybe she knows me? Any suspects? My teacher. That's the only adult female character that I know in this game other than the person that tried to kill us 5 seconds ago. I don't really know a lot of adults. Sure. Oh yeah, the other adult female character we know was also shot in the head. Goodbye, Samantha Myers. Shirley. Shirley can't be Miss Lily. Is that the name of her teacher? I kind of forgot. You know what? Is she even here? Oh, Charlotte. Oh. I completely forgot about her. She showed up for a little bit and she was just gone. This could be Mary. Because like she was also, well, she did autopsies, so she's very familiar with like the medical stuff. She earned her MD, and she was also close with, or at least she worked pretty well with Kelvin. So it could be that, you know, Kelvin reported back that like Selena was like, maybe what I'm trying to say is maybe she knew Selene through Kelvin. Yeah, we don't know any other female characters other than Scarlett. Oh, there's Scarlett West, all cute here. Scarlett West, kind of a bitchy monster. Yeah. Here's Connor Carter. So the official victim and the St. Mary of the Alleyways. Cool. Oh man, yeah, I think that might be it. That's the only other adult female character we have. Is Samantha Myers here? No, she is not. All right. It's weird because Officer Gregory is here, and she actually wrote he killed Samantha Myers, but Samantha Myers is no longer here. Was she ever here? I don't know. I'm still kind of suspicious about the Officer Colbert, but still. Surely it can't be Miss Lily. Miss Lily was in our books. 10/13/1960, High Street. Can we get much? Oh, right by the pharmacy. All right. You knew you were gonna come here. Why did you hesitate so much? I mean, I didn't have a choice. It's much faster to meet Mary myself than to talk to all the homeless folk around here. That's if it goes well. She said her representative will be here soon. Oh, is it this dude? Come to think of it, there was no mention of what that representative looked like. Ben, what kind of person would you send if it were you? Do you think someone would look at us? I've been looking at you for the last 3 clicks. Are you gonna keep standing there, Mr. Representative? Or maybe someone will give me a huh? Are you Sullen Foster? Yes, I am. I'm a detective. Nice to meet you. I'm Neil Walker. I'm the representative of the person who wants to meet you. That person is in hiding due to a number of reasons. Mary, right? I read the letter. A capable detective will be able to find out where this person is. I'm sorry? Mary said that you seem capable enough, but she still needs more proof. She wants you to take a test of sorts. Hey, you brought us here, and now you're testing us? You're free to walk away. Your call. Test. Alright, I'll do it. Are you sure? It might be a bad prank, or worse yet, a trap. It's a trap! I'm too busy for pranks. Oh, I'm too busy for pranks. So am I. It's alright. I'll quit if it gets dicey. This is the first test. A white rod? Mary made this. She said the hidden letter will reveal itself once it's dipped in 6 different testers. The testers will be underneath the food aisle in the pharmacy here. So I had to go and buy the testers from him? Yes, you can also support the local pharmacy. Did it say Care Pharmacy? Yeah, okay. Ridiculous. Do you think this pharmacist sells anything other than drugs? What? It's a pharmacy. Why would they be selling drugs here? You really didn't know. Huh. I don't see why Mary put so much faith into you. Yeah, what? That was it? That answered my questions. What do you mean? Tell me. I told you, when I came to this pharmacy late at night, people would rush in and only buy the same medicine. All the aisles were filled with the same medicine too. Those were all drugs. This pharmacy is the reason why the homeless in Somerset became addicted to drugs. That's impossible. The dock workers smuggled in drugs first and that's... Yeah, that's how it started. But the reason it became so widespread is all because of this blasted pharmacy. The poor folks here around here can't even go near the pharmacy during the day. The pharmacist calls the pigs to drive them out because it hurts the ambience. But once night comes, the pharmacy opens up shop like nothing happened. It's much cheaper and the more you take, the less pain you have. Max Cure. They've all been buying Max Cure here, not knowing how dangerous it is. Ah, all kinds of pain reducers. Strong vitality, like a wild dog. 2 capsules. Max Cure? I think I've seen that before. Isn't it a common painkiller? Max? My cousin's dog is also called Max. Why is that relevant here? Anyway, and is there anything wrong with Max Cure? It looks like a hell of a pill. Works wonders too. But once you get started taking it, you start getting addicted to the drug in it. After you get to the point where a box is full of Max Cure isn't enough, that's when you really start craving for the real stuff. Yeah, I mean, in a similar way how like painkillers like Tylenol or Advil can help people when they're sick, there are some people that get addicted to it and it just like fucks them up real bad. My god. If that's really true, Somerset's one of the most grim places I've ever been to. How did the city let it get this bad? The pigs. They just let it slide. They're all on the same side. Anyway, if you want to use the testers, you have to figure something out. Ugh, what should we do? Why don't we just wait until tomorrow? The pharmacy should be working like normal during the day. That would be too late. The deal is called off if you can't do it now. Let's do this. I'll first draw the owner's attention. And then you take as much testers as you need and quietly go outside. That's a good plan. That's stealing. I'll pay for the pills. What was it again? Max Cure? I'll buy all of it and dump in the sewers. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Some folks out here would drink the sewers dry. You're joking, right? Ugh, I really don't even want to steal, but my hands are tied. It's another stealth section. Wow, I didn't expect. Is this where the bakery used to be? Where she got her birthday cake? Anyways, High Street Pharmacy. Well, I'll distract him now. Good luck. Are you sure you want to do this? If he catches you, just say that I made you do it. So much for the Guardian Act. What? I used to be one, but now I'm assistant. You said it's on the food aisle, right? Ow. Pharmacist, help me. Young man, having some back pain. Here, take this painkiller. 50 cents. It's just 50 cents. No, I don't need no painkillers. Give me a proper pill. This is a painkiller and also cures you. It's cheap and it works. What do you take me for? I would never even heard of a pill like that. Just take one. This one, alright? Nah, give me that thing. I always take that. Man, you talk a lot for a sick guy. He really is forcing him to buy the drugs. I never knew things were like this were happening right next to me. I should first look for the tester Mary mentioned. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really understand the tester thing. The entire aisle is filled with Max Cure. It wasn't like this during the daytime, so you really switched out the products at night? Even if the police are turning a blind eye on this, how are we supposed to stop this? I'm not in stealth mode, do I just walk? So just give me the purple one, alright? No, not even a black flipping elephant will make me change my mind. I should get it over with as soon as possible. If that keeps going on, things might get dicey real soon. He's like, I don't want you to buy my other product, buy only this one. Food cabinet. Here's the food aisle. Is it in this drawer here? Let's see, some testers. It's all mixed up. Is it supposed to be like this? I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the pipe is. I don't know what the testers are. I don't do drugs. I don't know what this. So is this just like similar to like a litmus test where if you dip it in something it'll change colors or something? I don't know. What if I dip the rod into the tester? But the letters do show up. But I don't think that's what I need. Maybe it's because the testers are all mixed up. I should separate it all and organize them by color. So this is also good for diabetes, yeah? Yeah, I told you. How many do you need? Good. My aunt is diabetic. Her dog's called Max, you know, but I bet she'd love this. Tell me how many boxes you want already. I should hurry up. Combine all the liquids of the same color and separate them. Oh, it's one of those puzzles. So if I... So can I like pour that... How do I do this? Okay, I guess this is how we're doing it. We're almost there. Almost combined all of the drugs. It worked. It's all separated. Now, if I did the stick in order. Good. Seems like it worked. Let's see. A Study in Scarlet. Oh, the first Sherlock Holmes book. Arthur Conan Doyle, Study in Scarlet. This is a Sherlock Holmes novel. Arthur Conan Doyle. That's the only thing there. That's the only thing there. Only the title. A book. Maybe I should look for it in the bookstore? So, 15 in total. Oh man, no. Daughters have immunity aren't sick. Yeah, just count the sons. Okay, then 12. No, that's not it. You need to count their sons too. You imbecile. Who do you think you're playing games with? Tell me the number, I think I should leave before Ben is kicked out. Is there a book here? Nah. Alright, bye-bye. To the streets we go. What a loudmouth. He must have spent all his money to find ways to make his voice louder. Good work, Ben. What about the testers? Did it work? Yeah, I think we should go to the bookstore now. At this hour? Wouldn't they be closed? I think they were still open. That's a relief. Where's that Neil Walker guy? Where'd he go? I don't know. Maybe he left first. Or maybe he's waiting for us at the bookstore. Oh, so he's our door opener, Let's go to the bookstore. I don't remember where the bookstore is. I went the wrong way. Oh, it was right next door. Damn it. I do like how they're making use of this street, though. So, like, are we gonna end up getting hot dogs? Are we gonna end up going to that sketchy place, this Cosmopoly? Are we gonna end up getting home appliances? Maybe. They said there were 3 tests, so maybe that is it. Maybe they work at the hot dog place, but now we have to go to the bookstore to solve this, then there, and then, yeah. Might as well use whatever assets you already have, right? 1013 1960 High Street Bookstore. Okay, it's that time Sherlock Holmes series. Whoa! What are the chances that's on display? Can't see him around here. You mean Neil Walker? I thought he'd be waiting for us. Kind of think of it, if he really were supposed to be at the bookstore, I don't think he would have been waiting for us. He wouldn't give out hints like that, would he? Speak of a test, huh? Anyway, let's look for a study in Scarlet. It's a famous book from the Sherlock Holmes series, so a copy should be here somewhere. You know, I tried to read it, but I think I end up getting bored. I don't know what it is with me and like old literature. I just can't read old literature. I've tried several times. All books in this stand 25 cents. Oh man, those were the days. Right here, a complete Sherlock Holmes collection. I knew it'd be somewhere easy to find. It's that popular? Maybe I should give it a read sometime. Are you serious, Ben? You've never read Sherlock Holmes? How can you call yourself a reporter? I'm a reporter, not a detective. What? That has nothing to do with being a reporter. There's some famous oh wait, I can choose them, okay. There's some famous detective novels here. I mean, it said a study in Scarlet, right? You know, let's look at all the, I can't actually look at all of them. I've heard of these two. I don't know about the Sign of Four, nor the Valley of Fear, but I don't think I've actually ever read a Sherlock Holmes novel. Here it is. Wait, this book? What's wrong? Is there a message in it or something? The pages in this book, they're stuck closed. Huh? This isn't a book, it's a model. Did you find the real book behind it? Well, no, that's the only copy here. Maybe the model's supposed to mean something? I think we should tell the owner that he's only stocked a model book. He was at the cashier. Let's go talk to him. Hey, owner, tell me. I want book. Excuse me, I want to talk to you about this book. Mary sent you, I assume. Huh? How did you know? Here, this is the book you want. Whoa. Can I have the model? Oh, can I have the model back? Thanks. What do you say? Did he give you a proper book? Well, he just immediately noticed that Mary sent us here as soon as he saw the book. At least this guy here is agreeable. So, what does the book say? I should give it a read now, but there's something in between the pages. Piece of paper. What is this supposed to mean? Is this the next test? I think the text seems to be cut off. There are holes in the paper too. It's gonna be like the... Oh, it's kind of obvious actually. So you place this over this because it has the same mark. Once you line up, the letters will spell something out. That's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool cipher. I think the text seems to be cut off. There are holes in the paper too. I wonder what Mary wanted to tell me with the book and the papers with the holes in it. Alright. I don't know if I can get it to line up properly actually. Oh shit. There's a picture too. Oh man, I really don't like the controls for this. Because, okay. Mary to Rose. Okay. 2 Rosemarys. Okay, never mind. Like here I tried to line it up, but it just kind of like knocked the thing back. You know what? Maybe I have to use my keys. I can't get it to go up higher than this. I mean, if I put it here, right? It says bookstore owner. But it won't let me keep it there. Yeah, screw it. I hope I don't have to do it. Here we go. 9 Edelweiss. That's also a flower. 9. 9. Dude, let me put this like here, please. I'm starting to wonder if this is a bug because I clearly know what it is. It just won't let me do it. Damn, I might have to restart this. I will say a complaint I do have about this game though is I wish the skip function was a little bit faster because it's like this is the quickest it can go. It's at a skippable pace where I can probably read the stuff quickly, but if I want to really actually skip it, I can't really do it. Alright, I am going to go here immediately. Will it allow me? Yeah. I guess it glitched before. I was just trying to just drag it across the page and just kept going down and it didn't let me do anything else. Bookstore owner. I just talked to the owner though. Is there something else? Maybe I should talk to the owner again later. Alright. Kind of think of it. I think this guy looks familiar. Is he the bookstore owner? I don't know who this would be. 2 Rosemary. Whoa. 9 Edelweiss. Whoa. Bookstore owner. 2 Rosemary. 9 Edelweiss. There's nothing special about the rest of the pages. The book's just a book, but the next one, the text on those pieces of paper intrigues me. I think we should ask Mary ourselves. I should talk to the owner about the words we found here. Yeah, he kind of does look like that. Let me see. So if we look at the clue, I don't have the clues here. Is he gonna be added to our thing? Did the other guy look like Connor Carter? I don't think so. I'm not sure. So about this book, what will be your first flower? What? Flowers? First flower? Rosemary, I guess. And what will be your, I forgot the voice I gave him already. What will be your second flower? An Edelweiss? Edelweisses. How many of them do you need? 9. What about the rosemary? Those. Good, well done. Hey, so about this book, you won't need it anymore. Here, take this. Why are you giving me this? Mary wanted the pipes fixed. I could do it for her, but she insisted for the detective. I mean, that's no matter, but Ben, have you fixed pipes before? Nope. Anyway, what's wrong with it? Why would a detective have a look at it? I don't know either. She just told me she wanted the pipes next to the black door in the alleyway fixed. The black door in the alleyway? Well, I guess we don't need a special plumbing skill to do it, yeah? I guess so, yeah. By the way, do you mind if I ask you about your relationship with Mary? Relationship? Well, Mary helped me out a lot. And that's why I'm helping Mary. That's really it. So you really are working together? You could say that, yes. How many people have met Mary in person except for you and Mr. Walker? I suppose the two of us are the only ones. Too many chefs can spoil the broth, they say. So this test must be coming to an end then. I think you should get going. Mary will be waiting for you. Okay, thank you. I should look for the pipes next to the black door. There should be an alleyway right next to the bookstore. I'm kind of curious. They gave me the option to choose other books, but not actually select them. What was the point of that? I'm wondering if they'll come back, because they could have just made it so that I automatically picked up a study in Scarlett, but instead they made it so I had to choose between 4 books, but I literally was not able to choose the other ones because I was considering it and it just didn't work. So you can examine this again if you're done. Yeah, only thing left is to leave. Huh. Yeah, I'll just go to alleyway. No reason to Oh, it's a different alleyway. Okay, I thought we were supposed to go to the alley where the body died. Oh, we can actually go back to the other stores. We can't go to the hotel, but can we go here? You can. And this angry dude's back. Yeah, I told you, man. Mary would never do something like that. Oh, he has the same dialogue. Oh, this guy's gonna be. This guy might be relevant because he's like, wait, Mary didn't send you. But yeah, all the homeless people are back here. Okay. What? I came back to the pharmacy? Well, I'll distract him now with good luck. Wait, are you sure you want to do... Wait... Did I... It's making me redo all of this. When I loaded up my save to undo the glitch, I think it might have glitched into making it so that all of this is... all the stuff I didn't do is back, which is why the homeless people were there. I don't know. I guess I'll redo everything real quick. And resolved. Oh hey, I can't go in here anymore. This is weird. I think I messed up the order by refreshing the game. Yeah, now I have to go back to the bookstore and do that puzzle again. I was just here. But yeah, you see here, I can like literally choose these, but I can't select them. I can only take out the Study and Scarlett, so I'm just wondering what the purpose of that is. Dude, so like, the game was like, oh yeah, you you already did the puzzle, so I'll just complete it for you. Oh shit, I soft locked myself. By leaving the alleyway, I can't actually continue. Because if I talk to him, he gives me the book back, but I can't actually move this, so I can't get additional information. I can't get additional information for selling. I soft locked myself. I have to restart this game. This is so stupid. Okay, good. Well done. You won't need this anymore. Luckily, your last save was after you completed anything. So don't make sure when you go into that alleyway, you don't fucking leave. All right. So alleyway next to the bookstore. Yeah. I don't know why that happened. So don't leave. Here we have. Can we actually go up here? I can't actually go up. We have Starlit Alley. Chill Diner. I thought it said Childrener. I'm like, yikes. Live music. And here we have the pipes. Pizza. It's pizza. Hey, look here. This must be it, right? The back door, the black door, and the pipes. There's a ton of them. Is it gonna be another pipe puzzle? Yeah, I think this is it. I guess we're meant to fix this. Ooh, I like the other puzzles where you have to connect the dots, but here I'm not very good at these. We got the right place, but we don't know what's broken, and well, how are we supposed to fix it then? Well, maybe we should connect all of them together so that they're all connected? I'll start from the bottom, you work on the top side. I assume... Okay, so it actually splits off. We do see some pieces that do make it so that it branches out, like this one. So we'll have to get this all the way here, while this one has to reach there. Interesting. Okay, so there are two splitters, and those be this one and this one over here. Interesting. So those have to be used. Alright, I accidentally got the blue pipes working, and one of the orange pipes are working already. So I just gotta get this one. There we go. I don't know how that worked, but it worked. So I guess it's one of those puzzles where you have to use everything. Got it. It's all connected, and the colors all match with each other. Oh, that was quick. If you're done here, can you help me out here? This is much more, complex. I wonder if the pipes can be broken like this. Yeah, maybe it got hit by lightning. Yeah. Shit. Okay. So we have to split both of them, all three of them, into two, because I didn't realize there's some up here and here. Yikes. If I've learned anything, you have to use all the pipes. You know what? I wasn't even trying to solve this puzzle correctly. I was just thinking like, okay, certain pipes have to be in a certain way. Like this one has to be horizontal, for example. I just kept connecting it like that, and it ended up working out. I guess that is just a strategy and not luck, but still. And that's it. Ben, that was it, right? We're done? Please tell me there isn't a phase 3. Yeah, we're done. But what now? I suppose you can come inside before anyone sees you. Ow! Don't scream. They're out there listening. Neil, where were you? Downstairs here, behind this door. The taps aren't working again, so I figured you two got here. You could have at least let us know. Popping up like that would have scared anybody. Sorry. Is the test over now? Yep. We're running out of time ourselves. Can't make you run errands forever. Follow me. Watch your step. It's dark here. Alright, calling it. It's gonna be that girl, Charlotte Forrest, who was very sleep deprived. I got her image in my mind. Is it gonna be her? Is it gonna be her? How deep do we have to go? I feel like a mole. Hang in there, Ben. You've been through worse at Bruce Wick's apartment, basement. Why does everyone here insist on being underground? Humans are meant to live breathing fresh air. We're here. Is this a laboratory? The owner doesn't really like loud noises, so I advise you to keep it quiet. Alright, pipe down now, Ben. Ouch. Mary, the detective is here. Fucking knew it. Woo! What does she have there? Oh, it's a cat on a windowsill. I thought there was one being. You're late, Sullen. I thought you'd be faster. You must be Mary. No. Charlotte Forrest. No, Charlotte Forrest, right? Wait, you two really knew each other? I never talked to her in real life, but if she knows my name... I thought she must be Charlotte Forrest, who performed an autopsy in the case 10 years ago. She knew my dad well. Yes, that's right. Did William tell you about it? Yes, I know you asked for our help, but can you answer some questions for me? I guess you've got a few questions for me. Make it quick though. Why and when did you start hiding away like this? Neil, what day is it today? It's October 13th, 1960. Then I've been here around 9 years and 349 days. Let's say I've been here for 10 years for simplicity's sake. So, So we know that this thing, we know it's exactly 10 years since the death of, since everything went to shit. So that means, let's see, this is roughly 2.5 weeks, or 2 weeks. Anywhere between 2.5 weeks to 2 weeks after all the stuff went down. So basically after the commissioner was shot and killed, 2.5 weeks later she left. Okay. My god, 10 years? Did you commit a crime or something? Abuse of corpse, illegal residency, illegal prescription of medicine. I've committed my fair share of crimes. I suppose this town sheriff would know all about my crimes. Did William tell you anything specific about me? He just said that you were a good doctor that my dad trusted. Not much then. I'm glad that he at least treated you well. After all, 10 years have passed already. I already know that the Somerset Police Department is corrupt. I don't know why it had to be this way though, but... Yes, he's the sheriff too. Somerset's done for. Done for? What else did William do? It goes back a while. Are you fine with that? Of course, I'd like to learn more. 10 years ago, right around this time of year. I read the newspaper and I immediately knew it. Whoever killed Alexander Wayne also killed the police commissioner. Oh, this is the next day, whoops. Detective Foster asked me to perform an autopsy on the first victim, so I was wondering why he didn't ask for another autopsy on the second. Oh, an autopsy was never asked for the second one? So let me just read this newspaper. Okay, so October 14th, 1950, Daily Somerset, Home Edition. Police commissioner murdered, mafia hit suspected. The unthinkable, high-ranking officer murdered. A skilled murderer? Oh, his name was Cornelius Magnus. Here's his commissioner, but when I saw the C, it just came back, man. New police commissioner shot dead near a Somerset residential area. Sheriff Robert Strauss leaves official response. Something like that. Something that can't happen. Never should have happened. I'm wondering if I should actually read this stuff, but it might help me with the investigation. But the text is small. It's legible, but I don't feel like it. So I was wondering why he didn't ask me for another autopsy on the second. I went to the police station and asked around, but they said they didn't need an autopsy and kicked me out of the station. Oh. They also stuck this letter Mr. Bryan wrote in the bin too. Bryan? Is he the owner of the bookstore? That's right. He asked for an autopsy on his second son, who committed suicide 10 years ago. Second son? Stephen Bryan was a promising young city councilor who was known for his bright demeanor. People liked him, so he was the top for one, I think. He's the one who looked after his parents when his brother committed suicide from the PTSD he got from war. And one day, Steven just turned up as a corpse. No way his parents could just take the word for it and accept his son's committed suicide out of nowhere after being blackmailed. Okay, maybe it wasn't actually. Wait. Do we have the name of the bookstore owner? No, we don't even have the bookstore owner here. Anyway, this letter made me think that something was really off. They could have skipped the autopsy on the commissioner's corpse, since it was clear how he was killed, but they didn't have to silence Steven's parents like that, did they? Unless they had a reason to not perform the autopsy. Wait, so... yeah. Take a look again. Brian is the owner of the bookstore. Stephen Brian, okay. Oh. So his name is Stephen Brian, and he was the young city councilor. Okay. Oh wait, no. Stephen Brian was the person that was killed. Okay, sorry. Brian is the brother, so I think I got a little bit confused because when they said the brother committed a suicide from after getting PTSD from war, I didn't realize that was supposed to be the councilman as well. This is the song that like plays like the same notes over and over again, and it doesn't hit the same as the other song. Unless they had a reason not to perform the autopsy. So the autopsy report that I know was a crime, but I couldn't just let it go. His parents wanted that too. So that's why you said you were guilty of abusing a corpse. It didn't take long to realize that Steven didn't suffocate. He was also poisoned. He was poisoned with the same poison that killed Alexander Wayne, so it meant that there was a third murder, yes? I knew that I had to send in the report even if it came back to haunt me, but then I thought to myself, what if the report goes straight to the bin, just like Mr. Bryan's letter? They say Detective Foster is on assignment far away, and the only person I could trust was his partner, William Russell. William asked me to come to the morgue that night. As soon as he read a copy of the report, he said that there was something about the corpse I needed to see. When I got to the morgue, he knocked me unconscious and locked me up in a huge box. What? William did that? Oh, that's... Is he trying to do the same thing as he did for Scarlett West, where he tried to basically get her a new identity because she knew too much? I suppose he didn't think I could find a way out of it. Well, I did almost die, but I made it out in one piece. It was good that I learned how to swim. Oh no. I'm guessing he threw the box with you inside straight into the ocean? How could he? And that you've been hiding ever since? Wait. How does she know? I mean, I guess maybe she was face to face with him, but it's very possible that like someone could have just went up behind you and knocked you out and wasn't him. Oh no, he's really suspicious now. Now I'm wondering whether or not he's the reason that Kelvin left for 10 years. Oh man, why, William? Why? And you've been hiding ever since? The cops would think that I drowned to death. So you're like an illegal immigrant of sorts. It was such a relief that Mr. Bryan decided to protect me. I know it would be difficult just to believe a total stranger who insists that she's a doctor. And what about the cellar? Right above us is Mr. Bryan's bookstore. Have you ever thought of leaving Somerset? That would have been the best choice, or I could have went back to my family. But I was curious and I want to know who turned Somerset into this mess. At least from what I remember, the Somerset police were people who tried their best to catch criminals and bring them to the light of justice. A murderer swallowed up the city whole, and I suppose William Russell became sheriff because he was working for whoever that is. I can't believe it. Somerset was under the control by a criminal for 10 years. Somerset was changed a lot for the better over the last 10 years. The quiet seaside town turned into a city of neon sign lights and entertainment. Do you know how all of that happened, and all of a sudden? Well, I only heard about that after the docks were built. Companies slowly started to move here from Pimstown, and more people were employed. No business based in a big city would gain anything by moving its operation to Somerset. What was behind Somerset's growth was the immense amount of money earned through smuggling drugs at the dock. What? Smuggling drugs? Stephen Bryan worked for the trade and accounting division of the city councilman before he died. See, Saul's like, some of these numbers aren't adding up legally. Well, I hope nobody kills me for this. The murderer killed Stephen because he could have interfered in whatever crooked business he was planning to operate at the docks. How could he? I had no idea. I had no idea things like that happened here. It's only natural you don't. I only found out after I met Neil. I did everything I could to find more information about the murderer and got in contact with Glaukos, the Docks Workers Union. Sorry. The people at Glaucus? I don't know. I was gonna pronounce it like glucose. Glaucus learned all that by experience. They realized they were shipping at the docks. What they were shipping at the docks. We tried to form a labor union and try coming up with a solution, but that Max Kier shit. It would have been a matter of time for all the dock workers to become addicted, seeing as to how everyone got to know it was in their arm's reach. So this is probably, it's definitely mafia shit. I'm just wondering at what point is it gonna tie back to the poison. And that's how everything started at the docks. If only we could have gotten in contact with Mary earlier, we could have stopped all this from happening. No use crying over spilt milk. The only reason why I could try contacting you was because of an anti-addiction pills. If that didn't happen, we wouldn't have be here like this. But the Glaucus are no more now. We're no use to you anymore, Mary. Well, treatment had to come first after all. And it was some help anyway, since we learned a little bit more about Taylor Cardwell Scott. Wait, did you just say Taylor Cardwell Scott? Music changed suddenly. You know him too? Good. I knew Detective Foster's daughter had some of his wits in her. I was collecting information from people who could have known Cardwell just now. How is that related to the docs, though? Cardwell. He was Glaucus's lawyer. A lawyer? I see. Do you look like this? I haven't met the guy in person, so I'm not sure. Is this what he looks like? Well, it's true that he used his face for a while, but according to someone who knows Cardwell well, it's just one of his faces. She said Cardwell could always put on a new disguise whenever he met people, so nobody knew his real face. So he's a bit more meticulous than we thought. Disguises, huh? Mary, that's ridiculous. We're not stupid. How could we not have recognized him? You already know that only 8 people works on the docks. I'm guessing you wouldn't always run into each other. But if someone among us is in disguise, we would still know. What are you talking about? Cardwell is at the docks right now? It's just what you've heard. I'm thinking that Taylor Cardwell Scott, who must be behind everything, is one of the 8 or actually 4 people remaining on the docks right now. And that's because a total of 3 dock workers have been killed by TCS, including Connor Cartwell, who was found in the alley with 3. So does that mean Alexander Wayne or Bruce Wig is a dock worker? I guess that's how he got a lot of money. He was trafficking drugs. What? 3 victims? A few hours ago, I found Connor Carter dead, lying on the alley. There was a wound on his neck that indicated choking. TCS was written on his forehead, too. Before I called the cops, I took one of my pill bottles and put in the corpse's mouth. Oh, she did that. I think she was trying to alert someone, notably... I don't know, actually. Why did you do that? I was wondering what the police were thinking about. They were busy trying to keep the radio silent, and now they're putting out a murder announcement under TCS's name and all. Oh. Interesting. She tried to frame herself to see the reaction of the police, and she realized, yeah, they were not taking it. If that corpse wasn't the cops' doing, the mysterious pharmacist Mary would also be a suspect. That's what I was aiming for. But they didn't mention a single thing about Mary, and just claimed it was TCS. Well, I knew what happened. Can you not use your name when you do something like this? Everyone's worried sick about you. I get to decide where to use my name. Then, the thing about how you're framed for murder, I lied. I'm sorry. Oh, wow. It's kind of funny. It's like, I tried to frame myself for murder, but I didn't think it was a good idea to tell you everything when I didn't know that you'd help me or not. It's nothing to be sorry about. I think it was a good move. I think I would have been suspicious of you if you said that you tampered with the scene. By the way, when did you put that letter in her pocket? I heard that a girl dressed in a Detective Foster's coat was interviewing some homeless folks, so I asked Neil for a favor. Oh, apologies. Huh, sleight of hand. So, after you reported it, and it was on the papers, what happened? You said that 3 people were killed. I read the articles and I was thinking what could have happened, and Neil came to see me. He said 2 of his colleagues at the docks were killed, so he had reported it to the cops. Oh, okay, no. All of it was recent. And even Connor Carter was a member of the Glaukos who went missing about 2 weeks ago. Missing? Can you tell me more about what happened in those 2 weeks? I honestly have no idea what he was thinking about. Connor used to work on the cranes like I did. and he always said he cut ties with his family. But for some reason, he had a change of heart, and he said he was going back to his hometown. Maybe it was just an excuse? If he was found in the alley, that must mean that he was staying in Somerset the whole time. I suppose so. I just don't know why Connor did that. But anyway, after he vanished, it was like the usual for the next 2 weeks. With one less people, we became all the busier, but we made it work, sharing work and all. But after I got off work, I found 2 of my coworkers dead. When do you usually get off work? 7 in the evening. Can you explain what you saw at the scene? Okay, we have these 2 people. The 2 of them. They're Oliver and Thomas. And they were each found dead in the quarters and maintenance rooms. We found this in the maintenance room floor. I thought that was a jump rope for a second, but it was probably the weapon used to kill them. A wire? Look at the handle. Taylor Cardwell Scott? This couldn't be. It doesn't have any fingerprints, but the patterns of the wire match the wound on Carter's neck. A luminol reaction found blood on it as well. It's so fucking dumb to have your own custom-made freaking choking tool to kill people with. I genuinely don't think this guy is TC. I think someone's trying to frame Taylor Cardwell Scott. It's just so stupid to have something like this. What the fuck? Since the blood sample taken from Connor Carter's body and the one from the wire turned out to be identical, I concluded that this wire was used to choke him to death. Okay. Huh. I didn't realize they had luminol back then. Because I remember in an earlier episode, I was like, why didn't they just use luminol for this blood test reaction? I forgot which body it was. I think it might have been Samantha Myers, just to see like where blood was shot. But I guess they do. I misinterpreted it, but maybe they just didn't do it because they didn't have the resources, especially since the officer on scene was the one who did it, so he was probably tampering with it a lot. Yeah. So he intentionally dropped a weapon with his name on it, like he wrote TCS on Carter's forehead. What about the 2 people murdered in the docks? Were the 2 also choked to death with this wire? I think that's what happened to Thomas in the maintenance room. The wire was found right next to the corpse after all. But Oliver, who we found in the quarters, didn't have any wound like that. The fact that even a single victim was killed the same way matters. That should mean that the same person killed Connor Carter outside of the docks and 2 people inside. He choked Connor Carter to death in the alleyway using a wire, and then went to the docks with a tool to kill 2 more? He said one of the 4 people in the docks would be the murderer. Is there a reason why you think so? First of all 3 victims were Glaukos members. This implies that someone who knew how the dock workers worked and the insides of the docks well committed the crime. Also, since the docks were seriously understaffed, Neil is the only person with a good alibi during the time the crime would have happened. And the other 4 don't? Each person has to do what tens of people would do, to say the least. We hardly see each other while we're working. So you don't exactly know what each of you are doing? I'm more surprised that you run the entire docks without a supervisor. Everyone who could have left already did. Only a few good people who can trust each other are the only people left. Neil, what's your alibi? Anyone there can hear cranes when I'm running them. Everyone heard that all day. If everyone constantly heard the noise, that could be a good alibi. Or someone else could be manning that for you, technically. It faces the ocean on 3 sides, and the entrance is strictly restricted. I guess. Okay. The main gate is the only entrance, and it only opens when Thomas presses a button. Thomas also leaves a note whenever the doors open or close, and we found out that we were the only ones who came inside. So you're saying that one of you must be the murderer because nobody else could have come inside? That's right. I'd rather not believe that any of us could have done that, but still. Isn't it too early to be sure? I guess after this would be going to the docks. You said that the docks face the ocean on 3 sides. Someone could have taken a boat. Well, we thought so too at first. It's very likely it was the person who knew the dock workers well. If the victims saw a stranger in the docks, they would have noticed, but Neil said that he couldn't find any proof that they fought back. Maybe the murderer could have ambushed them from behind. Well, I don't think so. It looked like Oliver died after eating a poisoned stew. A poisoned stew? He wouldn't have eaten a stew a complete stranger gave him, and he wasn't in the situation to be eating anyway. Aaron, the chef, made the stew during lunch too. So it's not something that a stranger could have fed him. So the only conclusion is that one of the dock workers killed the 2. What did the police say? Are they on their way? No, they told me that they have many murders to investigate in order, and I should go back and wait. That's complete nonsense. They should have at least sent a few officers. That's ridiculous. This is the perfect chance to arrest TCS. They weren't even listening to me. That's why I came here to talk to Mary. I couldn't just go back like that. Yeah, Charlotte could have figured out who the real murderer is. There's a trustworthy detective right here, though. Selin, it's you. You're the trustworthy detective. Are you sure? Who else then? But I'm not a real detective. I thought as much at first when I heard about Detective Foster who found the real murderer at Hotel Clara. Huh? How does she know about that? Was it the employees at the hotel? Oh, could have been James. Yeah, I mean, I don't think James had direct contact with her, but they technically do have a link through that case 10 years ago. Detective Foster, more like Detective Kelvin Foster, I thought, or maybe he came back after all this time. But I didn't know that you had already become such a good detective yourself. I thought, I can trust his daughter with this, and that's why I brought you here. I could arrest TCS and uncover the truth. Behind the police and the case from 10 years ago, can I? I honestly didn't understand why you give this job to a little girl, but I think Selin could do it. You saw me for the first time today, Neil. Do you trust me? You didn't take long to finish the test Mary gave you. I took it very seriously too. You did have to restart your game twice though, so I don't know why. It's because of bugs. This game wasn't tested correctly. I know that you'll try your best to find the murderer. You said it yourself, didn't you? It doesn't take a genius to be a detective. The drive is what makes one. The detective with the strongest drive right now at Somerset is you, Selin. And wouldn't that be why Mary wants you to crack this case? That's right. I'll find out who did it. I'll reveal the truth behind everything that happened, and then you can come back upstairs, Charlotte. That's the spirit. You want to ask me some questions, but somehow I just blabbered on about myself. We don't have much time, but I can still answer some questions. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some information that will find valuable. Oh boy, okay. I'm probably gonna stop after the scene, but because there was not a saving thing here, I don't want to do the same thing as last time and restart a whole bunch of stuff. So, about the datura and the poison. I want to ask you about the poison used against the victim 10 years ago. Recently I found out that this poison has something to do with the flower called the black datura. I was wondering what you thought of it as a doctor. You were looking into the poison? Impressive. And you're right, I found some information about how the poison works. Seriously? I've been at work for the last 10 years. The black datura only exists in theory. Not much is known about the plant. You can say that it's an artificially mutated version of the datura. Instead of blooming in white, it blooms a black flower. Genetically speaking, it is unable to reproduce, but can act as a vector that can compound with some chemicals. Mary, I think you should think of it as if you're explaining it to a 5-year-old. Well, think of it as a school bus. A very toxic chemical gas gets on this bus. While it's on the bus, it can't get off. The school bus keeps the poison inside for a long time, and after a certain time, the poison gets off the bus. If this happens inside the human body, as soon as the poison gets off the bus, it spreads to the entire body. If it exceeds the fatal dose, you would die instantly. Normally, the effect of a poison like that is very strong. It would not take long to kill a person. I mean, she just described, like, poison. Poison is inside body. It leaves body. It leaves whatever it is in to spread it across your body. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't even know what to say. But if you use the black datura flower as a school bus, so to speak, you can delay the poison from being activated. Huh? This school bus is a temperature-sensitive vector, so if the body temperature drops after death, it'll absorb the poison in the body again. Oh. And that's why the toxicology test couldn't detect anything. Do you follow? So this, I'm assuming this is a completely fake poison, but I don't know much about toxicology. But I imagine that it's like, okay, so the poison spread throughout the body, it killed them, and then after the body basically went dead, the body went cold, it basically sucked it back up. Sucked it back up is not the right word, but it retreated because the body was no longer a suitable host for the poison. So it went back into like whatever school bus capsule thing it was. And that's why the toxicology test go again. That's just like the autopsy results from 10 years ago. It took a long time for the victim to die after his last meal, and no poisons were found. Charlotte, that's amazing. How did you learn that the black datura was used as an ingredient? It was a coincidence. I happened to buy a botany book from before. Oh, the Caphra. And the page on the black datura had some printing error. Later, I remembered that I lent this book to your father, Kelvin Foster. I thought, This must have something to do with the case. And so that's why I spent the time trying to find out more about the Black Datura. Oh, I was kind of wondering, like, so we actually, do we have the cipher for this now? Because like she cracked the, oh no. No, the diary and like the ring was just a simple cipher for the letter one. The replacement one. So she actually doesn't have the cipher for this. I couldn't make it as black as the real thing with the instruments I had in hand, so I can't be 100% sure. Wait, can I take a look at the book for a second? Yes, of course. The page from the paperback, I'm sure, it's just like the pattern I found the cipher on the back of the hardcover and the one on the newspaper. So the letters aren't in the right order, but you're saying that the same cipher is being used. The two books share the same content, then if I know what it says about the Black Datura, I can match the alphabet in the same location one by one to crack the cipher. Oh, because we have this, and even though it's broken and covered up, we can still identify some letters. We can solve this. So that's why the page in the hardcover was ruined. Charlotte, this page has the same pattern as the cipher on the newspaper. Remember the one that TCS demanded to be cracked? Are you sure? It really is. I thought it could have been a cipher, but I tried for 10 years, but I still couldn't. It really would have been quicker to research it from scratch than to crack the cipher. This clue isn't enough. But if I guess right, then I can learn what the alphabets match using the code book from the Kafra. Maybe you can crack the cipher by using your research to restore the page on the Black Datura. Right, that would be like a crossword puzzle in prose. But there's a big problem. I lost it. The Datura research papers are gone. In this room? Someone robbed this place some time ago. I think the robber took it with some other stuff. Ugh, no. Sorry, I never thought of solving it that way. I can't believe I forgot that. All of this was worthless. Don't be sorry about it. Discovering how the poison works is really great. Anyway, it was just my hypothesis that I might crack the cipher anyway. All experiments and research are based on hypothesis, and you need to apply that hypothesis to real life to find out anything. I don't have it on text, but I'll try to remember what I had. While you're at the docks, I'll try to recover as much information as I had on the Black Datura. Please. But could I have the samples you showed me? Of course. Here. Thanks, we're finally getting a bit closer to the answer. So this is how Brucewick's wish come true. Kafra blah blah blah. Other than the word SEMA, the pages look cipher. Okay, cool. You got the paperback one. Oh, by the way, I saw a sensor full of Black Datura petals. A sensor? You know, the ones that they use in churches. Some white robe folk hold it like this, and, do you know that people burn Datura petals in a sensor like this? I haven't heard about it being used like that. If anything, I don't think people should. It'll probably cause a strong psychedelic effect on whoever is near the sensor. I wonder if that's gonna be relevant. A psychedelic effect? Where did you find the sensor? So, it's like a hidden bar? It's a bit of a long story. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so there was a space like that inside a hotel room. Do you think someone might have used that to kill Samantha Myers? Using the smoke to put her into a trance and all? Oh, so maybe she wasn't drunk, but she was like that? Yeah, that could have happened, but I have a different idea. A different idea? What's that? You remember the Jewel of Atlantis? The Viking Prince's treasure fountain pen? Of course I do. Officer Gregory burned it, though. Viking Princes in Atlantis. Now that's a load of nonsense. That thing is not a treasure. Of course, however. What if you get someone a bit tipsy and put them in a trance with the smoke, and then put the treasure on auction? Oh, are they saying they use this as in an auction to get people to bid higher? The psychedelic effect made people think that it was something real? Ah, are you saying people could have been tricked into believing that the fountain pen was a treasure, so that they would pay a fortune to buy it in an auction? I can't believe people can be that stupid. It might be possible, if you burned enough petals, that is. A copy of the Mona Lisa hung onto the wall in the bar. Do you think it would be possible to trick people into believing it's a real thing? That is true. Definitely. That's ridiculous. Then all the paintings on the wall were fence paintings without any sort of artistic value, all prepared by Paradis Dextra. Somerset. Somehow this town doesn't stop shocking me. Yeah, lots of things need to be set straight. We don't have much time, but I can still answer some questions. Alright, Cardwell and TCS. If Cardwell is a real murderer from 10 years ago and owns the Somerset docks, that means that all the victims like Scarlett West were in Cardwell's plan from the get-go. Yeah, and that's why he could have pulled the murder announcement off. I'm guessing that he was also behind Glaukos' members being addicted to drugs. What kind of boss would do that to their own employees? And for what? Glaukos was preparing to blow the whistle on the illegal business at the docks. If they all became drug addicts, they wouldn't be able to do that, and that really did happen too. But still, if he loses that many employees at once, wouldn't that also damage his business? Employees can be replaced. It's not like the dock workers need special qualifications anyways. The owner must have thought it as a way to accept small losses and stay in business for longer. Owner? More like criminal scum, that. Maybe he's using this chance to liquidate everyone who knows about the secret behind his business. Then, are you saying TCS is actually trying to kill all the Glaukos members?
Lunatic! He won't get away with this. We're not gonna let this bastard do that to us.
If that really is the case, we need to find the murderer before the police does and let press from the other towns know. He won't leave the docks until his job is done. Now's our only chance. I'll go, and I'll find out who the real murderer is. I won't let anyone. Nobody was getting killed from now on, except for maybe Ed Payne, because Ben's gonna kill him. Okay, next one. Connor Carter's corpse. I want to ask you about Connor Carter's corpse. You're the only one here who saw the scene, Charlotte. Can you tell me more about what you saw when you first found the corpse? Of course, it was around 5. I was coming back after looking for some clean water that I was going to use in an experiment. I was walking through an alley and I saw a black tarp spread over a sewer grate. I thought I saw a person underneath the tarp. When I lifted it, I found a corpse. I already told you about what the corpse looked like when I found it. The wound wasn't interrupted and it looked like it went all around the neck. I also found the wire must have been wrapped around the neck and then tightened from behind. It wasn't a huge wound, but there was still a resistance wound. It must mean that the murderer hit Connor Carter from behind. I didn't have the time to take off his clothes, so I couldn't check if there were any blood clots on his back or buttocks, but I couldn't see any on the bottom of the body anyways. I would have checked for blood clots because that lets me roughly estimate when someone died or when a body is thrown away. Time of death. Okay. If Cardwell was disguised amongst the dock workers, Connor Carter couldn't have died later than this morning.
I guess so too. Nobody left the docks after our ship started.
In the early morning? I don't think that's very likely. Normally, bodies that have been dead for 10 or more hours would be severely rotten. You're saying the body hadn't started rotting? Yeah, and the body was just lying on the grate. If it was there for 10 or more hours, the backside would have had an imprint on the grate. The marks I found on the arms and legs didn't seem to be that deep though. As a forensics doctor, can you give me an estimate to how long Connor Carter's corpse could have been there for? I can't give you an educated opinion based off that short look, but I'd say the body was only there for 5 to 6 hours. That's strange. If Carter was here all day, he could not have killed Connor Carter in the alleyway.
Are you sure that nobody went in and out of the docks? We have 2 drivers who deliver shipments outside the docks.
What? Then one of them must have been it.
We have reason to believe that one of them was following his usual work routine, and the other is Oliver Frank. He was killed today.
I mean, it could be possible that Oliver Frank killed the other dude, and then someone killed Oliver Frank.
You have reason to believe? He's called Derek. What he does is transport the seafood that we import at the docks to the facilities where they're processed. Then he ships the processed food back to the docks.
Have you seen this guy before?
I don't know. Since Derek's truck was full of shipment that he was supposed to deliver, I think it's fair to assume that he didn't do anything else outside. He just did his job. He could have snuck some shipments in or something, no? We don't have a lot of stock going around the dock, so I don't think he would have done that. But since nobody actually knows if he was busy working all day or not, you have a point. He might not be completely innocent.
What if there's a secret pathway somewhere in the docks that nobody knows about?
Then how would I fucking know about it? The floor is made out of concrete. It wouldn't be possible. We also checked the fences and there weren't any holes. And taking a ship won't be possible either. The Somerset docks were designed for shipments on large ships. So taking a small boat that wouldn't be noticeable, it's not impossible, but it'd be very difficult, and even more difficult if whoever did that tried not to get caught while doing it. But according to Charlotte's opinion, the murderer must have left the docks by noon and have been back in the alley. sorry to interrupt you, but I wouldn't be so sure. Let's just say that was my conjecture. Oh, okay, so according to Charlotte's conjecture, the murderer would have left the docks, come back at least once today. If you're sure that nobody left during the day, as of now, I've got to say that Derek, the truck driver, looks the most suspicious. I don't exactly know what the security protocol is like, because I've never been there. Maybe a detective could find out what the details we were missing. Leave me to it. I'll do my best. Thanks. We'll help you out as much as we can. Now that we found Connor Carter's blood on the wire, it's possible to consider the murders that happened inside and outside the docks completely separate. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. Ugh. How did the murderer go in and out of the docks without being noticed by anyone? I should see if there are any errors and loopholes in the entry logs of the docks. Okay, one last thing. About Mary, drugs, and the addicts. Come to think of it, there was someone who was looking for you. Yeah. Oh, Mary. I'm out. No pills. Mary, please. Everyone's waiting for you. Pills. He said he's out of pills and everyone's waiting for you. There must be a problem then. Did the guy tell you anything else? I don't think so. He didn't look good, and Ben said it might have been withdrawals. If it was shaking like he'd been caught up back cold, then you're probably right. I'm sorry. I should have given him the pills, but you know what happened. It's not your fault, Neo. Don't apologize for things like that. It's best to take the pills at regular intervals, but things like this means that they'll have to wait. You know, these things take a very long time. A really long time. So you're really gonna keep helping them, Charlotte? I don't think the damage done can be fully healed, but I can't give up now. Someone needs to repent, and someone needs to help them. I'm a doctor under an oath, after all. Charlotte, after everything's done, I'll help you too. If you want to do that, go study a bit more and come back with a college degree. But you can't keep in contact with all of them with just a single representative like this. I don't have any more work that I can leave to underqualified helpers. I don't think they'll be fine relying on illegal prescriptions anymore, though. I'd say the thing that you need first is help them isn't employing a detective with a college degree, but you coming back to society as a free woman. And then you'll be able to make the vaccine, and you'll also get to report the incident to more doctors. You know that, don't you? You can't solve this problem on your own. Exactly. I know what you mean. How do you think you can come back, and when? If Cardwell is sent to jail and Somerset turns back to what it was like before. But would that be possible? I'll make that happen. I swear. Taking Somerset back to the way it was, you know? 10 years have passed already. Arresting Cardwell won't do the trick. You must kill him. But you said the police suddenly turned strange 10 years ago, didn't you? That would mean that it should be possible to revert the damage done like that. That's very hopeful. I don't really think like that. I don't really like to think that way, but maybe it really is possible. Kelvin Foster is gone, but his daughter is here. Dad will come back soon too, once we solve this case. Yes, I hope so too. I'm surprised. So like, was that letter in the beginning really from Kelvin? Because it specifically said, do not trust the police. And that part really made me like, it gave it credence, but also I thought the entire purpose of learning about ciphers in the beginning and drawing the moon one was for that purpose. Was so that Kelvin could relay messages to Selim. And they never used it. Oh well. Chart's closer revealing what the mystery poison is, and that'll help crack the cipher that hasn't been cracked in the last 10 years. If I can get Cardwell as soon as we get to the docks, I should follow Neil and head to the dockyard. We'll catch the murderer there. Well, shall we get going? They're all waiting for us. Yes, we should. We should hurry. Ben, you're coming with me, right? A good assistant should always accompany the detective. Right, let's go. All right, please save. I need a save. Yeah! Alright. Well, this is gonna be a long episode. But we did cover a lot of ground. So honestly, I'm pretty happy with what we accomplished today. And so in order to summarize, we finished questioning Scarlett West. And we the motherfucker tried to shoot us. But I do still wonder what would happen if I chose the other option. But that's beyond me at this point. But after that, we had the entire thing with the new body, with this Mary character, and we had some puzzles. Some worked, some didn't, some really didn't work. But overall, it was pretty interesting. And now we're you kind of have a lot more truths revealed with Charlotte coming back and basically telling us why she had to be in hiding for the last 10 years. And now we have a lead. Do I think we're gonna catch TCS? I don't know. Normally I would have said no, but because I have prior knowledge of how long this game is supposed to be, we're supposed to be getting pretty dang close to the end. So I think this is gonna be like maybe 2 more episodes, potentially 1, anywhere from 1 to 3. But yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end, and I feel like we have to end up catching him, unless there's supposed to be an intended sequel. And we still haven't seen Kelvin. I highly doubt Kelvin is going to be TCS. But yeah, I think I really hate to say this, but I think it might be William. I think Taylor Cardwell Scott is just another person who's doing all this stuff. Actually, no. Someone's giving William orders. I think William is working for TCS, but Taylor Cardwell Scott is a different entity. Taylor Cardwell Scott is who told Ed Payne to kill Scarlett West, but I think someone else told William to set up this entire trap. Don't know who it is, no idea at the moment, but I guess we'll find out more information regarding that next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!